Hey YouTube, Joseph Vollmer here, and this is one of the ones you guys have all been waiting for. Next couple minutes, you're going to get to see me completely demolish this dump truck with the excavator. Now, I do apologize for the little bit of a break you guys have had the last couple of days. I had some videos that I uploaded that were more related to some of the automotive content on my channel. Just trying to get something else up there for the other subscribers that may not quite be so interested in this kind of stuff, because I have been posting a lot of these videos here lately, and I had a couple others. I had a lot of stuff going on in the last week, so I needed to get some videos up that were a little quicker and easier to edit through. Didn't have quite so much footage. At this point, I dug it out, and I've got to pull the fuel tank, and you can see it sitting off to there. I had to pull the fuel tank and the battery out because it did have a little bit of diesel fuel left in it, which isn't a big deal. But the tanks on these trucks, I was wanting to save this tank, potentially use it as like a small transfer tank, because it is it's probably, I don't know, I didn't see an ID tag on it, but I'd say it's probably a 50-gallon tank, somewhere in that neighborhood. And it's small enough that if I needed to use it for my Bobcat, or if we needed to use it for my boss's high lift or something like that, we could put it on a small, strap it down to a small skid where we could slide it in and out of the bed of the trucks, and we wouldn't have to do it. It'd be a nice small tank, since we don't use a lot of diesel fuel that we need to transport. We don't use a lot of equipment where we need to transport fuel. Anyway, give you a little bit of a backstory on this truck. This dump truck came from the same, oh look, it's doing a wheelie. Does a couple of them here. I was really working trying to rip that bed off the truck itself. But anyway, this dump truck came as it had a junk title, so there was no way to get this thing street legal again. Didn't have a tailgate. Really, overall, I mean, it wasn't a bad truck. The kind of one big downfall to it was it had a naturally aspirated Detroit diesel in it. So even when this thing was running at its best, it was definitely no powerhouse. And I'm sure if you got a big load, a decent load in the back of that bed, this truck was probably fairly ducky. Never drove it, don't know for sure, but you can kind of make your assumptions from there. Needless to say, the bed was actually, it looked like it folded up really easy. It was actually in really good shape. There wasn't a whole lot of rust. So it folded over pretty easy, but it was definitely a pain to actually tear apart. But I was tearing the bed off of it. That way I could put the bed in the bottom of the load and then sit the rest of the truck on top of the bed. Because once I ripped it apart and kind of smashed it down, the pieces of the bed were actually pretty flat, and the truck would sit over them just fine and take up less space in the trailer that way. And then I could stack other vehicles on the tail end of the truck frame. Now, keep your eyes open, because once I get the bed, once I do manage to finish demolishing this thing, I'd go through and actually pop the rear tires. I would have done the fronts, but in the front excavator, I would have had to actually rip the hood off, and it's a fiberglass hood, and I did not want that mess. So I didn't pop the front tires, but I did pop the rears just to get it to sit another 6-8 inches lower in the bed, in the trailer, and give me a little more room on the load. And when I go to stuff it in there, if you watch, the rear duals on this truck are so wide, I actually had to shove it down in the bed. I would have liked to have seen them pull this one out of the shredder, because that thing, as much as I had worked, as much pressure as I had to put on it to stuff it down in the back of that trailer, I know it wasn't the easiest thing to pull out. So anyway, guys, I'm going to shut up for a minute and let you enjoy the video. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really did. I enjoyed making this one. Let's put it that way. Keep your eyes on the channel, because one of the next videos, or one of the ones that's coming up pretty soon, I've got a Ford, would be an F Super Duty, because it's the late 80s, early 90s body style, so it's a 450, 550 truck, something like that. They didn't really give them a number designation at that point in time, except on the title. And but it's an old, like, boom bucket truck, and that one is going to get thoroughly demolished as well. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly how good the video footage is going to be, because I have an issue with the camera that I had in the cab on that one, but I did have another camera outside the cab. I just don't know how good the view is. So anyway, keep your eyes open for that one. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe to the channel and then click the little notification bell, and that way when I post that video, you guys will get the notifications for it. Do me a favor, if you like the video, by all means, please click the thumbs up button. Do me a favor, and whether you like it or not, please rate the video accordingly. I do appreciate that, and like I've always said, please feel free to drop comments in the comments section. If you have questions, I try and answer them as promptly as possible. I do try and respond to my comments on a regular basis, so please don't be afraid to drop them in the comments section. And guys, thank you for watching. Don't be afraid. Get out there and get your hands dirty. You might just have fun doing it.